Welcome to my channel, Sahara Weekly. I try something new to figure out what I want to do for a hobby. This week I'm trying photography. I have always envied people who are photographers or do photography on the side as a passion or a hobby. Anytime I learn somebody does photography, I'm like, what? That is a great choice because I'm very intrigued by it and I enjoy it. I'm going to try on two different devices. I will try on my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I have watched a lot of different videos trying to figure out different camera settings and daytime, nighttime. It's a lot. There's a lot of functions. And for somebody who's never played around with the functions other than just leaving the camera on the automatic mode, it's a lot to play with. I'm going to attempt it though, and I'll show some photos. I have taken, in my opinion, I think some beautiful photos on an iPhone, so I'll show those. I have a horse, and I had a horse. He's gone on to greener pastures now. I used to love taking photos of him. So I'll show you some photos of him. His name was Mercy. These were all taken with my iPhone. I've also used my iPhone to take a lot of photos of my dog Daisy. I'll show you those as well. Hard to take a bad photo of. Actually, no, it's not hard to take a bad photo. It is easy to take bad photos when you're not a photographer. I'm also going to try photography on my Nikon camera that I have. I got a Nikon relatively recently. I just looked up the easiest camera for beginners and it came out to be a Nikon Coolpix B500, and I've only taken a small handful of photos with it. Soon after I got it, it broke, and it was internal, so like this worked fine, but the screen, you couldn't see the image, what was coming through the lens. I don't know how to describe it. It just broke. So we took it to a repair shop and they had it for probably a month and a half, and they weren't able to fix it all the way, and they gave it back to us, and then it was just broke in a different way. The monitor still is not working, and it's like bright green or pink or orange and very pixelated. I just can't see what I'm shooting. It looks very blurry. That's what I have to work with though. This is what I have. We don't have the money for me to just go buy a new camera or to spend more money for another shop to try and fix the monitor. I'm working with what I got. I did some test shots. They're not great. I don't know if what's wrong with the monitor is also like affecting internally how it captures images. Tonight, we have our local county fair going on, and it's at the rodeo grounds. It's walking distance to my house. It is going to be bright with, beautiful bright lights and the rides and the food stands, and I'm hoping it will be a good location. I read that this Nikon Coolpix B500 has a really good automatic night mode for being such a basic beginner camera. I think it's going to be a fun first location for me trying to see if photography is something I want to practice and work on for my hobby. I am on my way to the fair. It's not completely dark yet, but I needed a head start because I'm slow moving. It has been a couple of days since I went to the fair to take photographs. I'll just pop them up here while I talk about my experience. They're not great. They are not great photographs. I did have a really, really good adventure though. I found it very fascinating to attend an event without the main motive being it to enjoy the event. So my goal, my motive of going there was to try and get photographs. So I didn't wait in line for rides. I didn't wait in line for food. I didn't meet friends. I was just there to observe. And it was a very unique experience where I've never gone to an event almost as like an outsider observing what was going on, and I really enjoyed that. I did think it would have been cool to go on a slow ride like a Ferris wheel and take photos from that perspective. However, the lines were so incredibly long, I did not have it in me to wait in line for that. I did experience something weird with my iPhone where there was like a reflection in the photos of all the lights. You should have known that for the first time going someplace at night, and I'm sure just by nature, night photography has more nuances than daytime photography. And then I was going someplace that had so much going on. There were lights coming from me at every angle. There were floodlights, there were lights on rides, and just so much around. It probably wasn't the best first location to pick for a beginner. However, it definitely was an experience. I enjoyed my time. The Nikon didn't get great photos, so either it's operator error or whatever technical issue I'm seeing on the monitor, something is also happening internally and it's not capturing quality images. I don't know. I'm not sure. And the iPhone, again, so many different functions that I just tried to keep it simple. But the reflection that was coming back from the lights on the iPhone, I have no idea what that was. Regardless, I had a great time. I think this is something I could make a hobby. Let me know if you guys are interested in a part 2 video of me trying photography as my hobby. We can compare the photos and my experience to the first time versus what it's like now. Thank you for joining, and if you enjoyed this video at all, check out one of my other videos where I'm really just a beginner at everything, trying to figure out what I want to do for a hobby. Thanks so much. Bye.